Hello everyone and a warm welcome to this AstroTarot Pluto in Aquarius reading. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for sharing and liking, and a big thank you to those of you who choose to donate to the channel, smaller or greater amounts. I'm very grateful. And remember that you'll find more information about the astrology down below, and also more information on the tarot. And please, if you have any comments or if you have a special wish for a certain item that you wish for me to do a video on, please put it in the comment section down below the video as well. Thank you so much for joining me in here and spending some of your precious time with me, where we are trying to find out what is really going on beneath the surface. And today we are going to have a look at Pluto in Aquarius 2023 to 2044. Of course, Pluto will have some retrograde movements back into Capricorn within the first year, a year and a half, where it is in the first degrees of Aquarius, but it will finally move into Aquarius at the end of January 2024. Also in 24 it will have a retrograde movement where it will touch the last degrees of Capricorn as well, just as it has done here in 2023. So it will be in you can say it will absolutely be in Aquarius when we reach mid-end November of 2024, and then it will remain there until 2044, where it will finally be moving into Pisces. So a long period of time where we have Pluto in Aquarius, and Pluto is all about our power and our will. Something where we are being asked the question, well, will we work with this energy or will we not? So there can be a lot of manipulation within Pluto, a lot of fear, but it offers us complete transformation if we really want to have a look at these incarnation patterns that Pluto is offering us to have a closer look at. When we deal with those patterns, we will be reborn, we will be completely regenerated. So therefore there is also a lot about destruction in Pluto, where it is ripping everything apart, or it's ripping up by the roots everything that is no longer in alignment with whom we want to be or with whom we are. So Pluto is about our deepest subconsciousness, and it is about having a closer look at what's going on in our deepest shadow sides, and also to have a closer look on the inner deep transformation processes. So it is really about having a closer look at the problems or the issues that keep coming up to the surface, since Pluto is also dealing with the water element. So everything that keeps coming back to us, where we are always asking ourselves, oh, here we go again, now that person is showing up again, or this situation is showing up again, here we go again. When we start to recognize that, we can also start to deal with it, so that we can break our karma and take different approaches on that. And that actually means to take different patterns of action on that, which is actually a reference back to Saturn, where we have this karma dharma going on. So Pluto is about our memory, it's about going back in time, it's about the past, which is also pointing to prior lifetimes. It is also pointing to healing, passion and magic, because this is where we have the Kundalini energy. And we can also see in the picture that this is about rebirth, this is about the Phoenix rising, which is pointing to the fire element as well. So when we accept to have a closer look on the energies that Pluto, or the patterns that Pluto is presenting to us, we can really transform ourselves on a very deep emotional level. We will never go back to the way we lived before. We will never go back to be the person that we were before. So deep transformation here. And also I'd like to add that Pluto is also about our economy. It's about everything that is hidden, everything that is beneath the surface, everything that is meant to be a secret. So it can be, for example, secret police, secret groups, secret ways of leading a company or an organization, everything that is pointing to that as well. And so let's have a look at Aquarius, because Aquarius is, first of all, we are dealing with the air element here. So Pluto has moved from the an earth sign, Capricorn energies, and which is a slow feminine moving energy, and now it's moving into the fastest of the four elements, the air element. And here we are on a mental level. Here we are communicating extremely fast, and it's about how we understand things, how we see things. Moving into Aquarius, it's all about freedom, revolution. It's about clarity on a mental level. It's about zooming out and getting the bigger picture of things. And as we can see in the picture, it's about humankind. It's about being social, being with like-minded people, where we can be really effective, and where we are working for a common cause, where we like to be together. This is also where we have our wishes come true. Whatever we are wishing for here, we are really moving up beyond and among the stars. So here we also understand that what we are sending out is also what we are going to receive back. So there's a high degree here of cause and effect. We are going cosmic here, and also this is a very spiritual sign, pointing to telepathy and astrology in particular. So it is really about being authentic here, being sincere, looking at things for what they really are, and trying to work for the greater good, actually, for humankind. And it's also about higher joy, higher hope. We really have a lot of hope here. So a very positive sign, that is really looking into the future, that is not afraid of doing things differently, which is a rather significant sign of Aquarius. We are doing different things here. We are turning things into different directions, something completely unexpected. And also it's about awakenings, because here we have the planet Uranus, and Uranus likes to make sudden shifts, sudden moves, something unexpected. So I think that we can need some of that definitely for the next approximately 2 to 22 years. So certain shifts in our direction of where we are going as a collective here, because here we are really much into social events, getting together, discussing things. But most of all, we like to get together with like-minded people here. It's about friendship. And so it's okay in Aquarius that we are not agreeing on things. That's not the question. But the question is, do our moral standards, are they in alignment with each other? Because if they're not, maybe we should really look to other groups. So I would just like to also point out that with Pluto, we are in Scorpio energies, which is this intense magnetical energy. It's very charming. It can be rather possessive, but it's a very intense energy, a lot of healing could also take place here, a lot of magic happening. So a very intense energy. And we have Scorpio ruling in the 8th house, which is really about how we're sharing our resources with each other in the most significant relationships that we've got going. And that means where we have some kind of contract with each other, where we are really close connected. So it can be contracts with, for example, your workplace, your boss, it could be with your spouse, and in general also all the unwritten deals or the unwritten or unsaid contracts that we also share with each other, where we are like, well, okay, if I share this with you, you share that with me, and we are on common ground. We know how we are supposed to act towards one another. As I'm reading for the collective here, it is pointing to actually everything that we are sharing through public life. For example, if you need assistance from the police or from the healthcare system, you know that when you show up there, you can actually also demand to receive the help that you actually need, because that's your right. That's the contract we have between the government and us as a collective. And also it's about taxes and fees, and also certain public payments that we for some reason receive from the government as well, since we for some reason cannot support ourselves, for example. So everything that is that has this contract over it between us as a as public and between the government, where we have these contracts. Where do you what kind of help do you need? Where can you go to receive that help? And you can actually be quite certain that you will receive that help at that particular part of society if you need that kind of help. And that's where we are seeing quite significantly at the moment in many countries in the Western world, that this is what is kind of beginning to fall apart or being significantly transformed at the moment. So let's have a look at the 11th house, where we find Aquarius. This is wishing upon a star. We can see how the little girl in the picture is looking out on a star, and she's wishing for something. So this is where our wishes come true. This is where we seek friends, seek friendship, seek social occasions. We like to have dialogues here about also development, science. It can also be development in, for example, everything that's got to do with spacecraft, and going beyond. We are breaking our limitations here, doing things completely differently than what we used to. Maybe we're reaching some kind of awareness expansion here as well. We are changing the way we are seeing and understanding things here through the energies of Aquarius. So this is pointing to digitalization, I think it's called in English, and everything that's got to do with development and technology as well. It's also about electricity. So here we can become very eccentric. It's like you can feel that kind of energy among this group here in the picture as well. So that's what it's about. And in the 11th house also we become the pilgrim, we become the world citizen. Again, we begin to see and look at our world perhaps with a common view, with a common purpose. So let's begin the reading on what Pluto has for us in general for the next approximately 20 years. and it is a bit of a timeline we're working with here. So if this video is still on YouTube in 5, 10 or 15 years, you can always go back to see what was the general picture of this. So let's begin by having a look at the personal cards that I'm pulling from this particular card deck. Remember that I have written down the card deck, the names of the card decks that I'm using down below the video as well. And the first card to come out here, yes, and I also want to mention that if you want to see me pull the cards, you need to go to the Danish version of this. But here, first of all, we have card number 25, High Honor. Remember, as always with my readings, go with the colors and the numbers, the figures, wherever you feel that they are leading you, because there could be a lot going on in our intuition when we are working with Pluto, also opening up to deeper layers of our psychic abilities. So always go with that wherever you feel it's leading you, because there could be a lot of personal messages in here for you on a personal level as well. So card number 25, that could be the number 7 as well. But here we have High Honor, and I feel that this is marking some kind of breakthrough on a mental level in our awareness. It's like salutations, congratulations, but it's like these high, this high sound of these cannons. It's like a breakthrough. Finally, something is breaking through our awareness. Finally, we start to see things in a different way. We go higher, we go bigger, we break any kind of restriction here. So that's what I'm feeling that there is a special focus on. The next card to come out, we have card number 8, and I feel that that is a reference to the 8th house and Scorpio and Pluto energies actually. So as I mentioned in the beginning, Pluto is also about secrets, keeping secrets. So here we need to pay attention to especially those people who are working in the fields of science and spacecraft, digitalization, stuff like that, that there is someone here that we cannot trust. There could be false persons, there could be lies going on, but it's also, yeah, it could be quite a masquerade actually, is what I'm getting here. But it's also time for us now to maybe start to speak up, maybe remove these masks and start to speak up, start to speak our truth as a collective. But there is definitely something here where we need to pay attention to information coming out, or groups, since we have a lot of group energy going on in Aquarius, and also individuals actually. But it's more about how do we make the individual work within a group dynamic, and the other way around. There is this mutual respect for one another here. So it can also be individuals or groups keeping secrets here, or telling direct lies about something that's got to do with science or spacecraft. Something like that is what I'm getting here. Because there is also a lot of information coming out throughout the age of Aquarius. And yes, of course, we are in the age of Aquarius. I forgot to mention that. So for the approximately next 2,600 years. So there is an underlining of Aquarian energies while Pluto is transiting, is moving on its transit here through this sign. Next card out is card number 1, and here I actually feel this is main male. It's talking about, it's pointing to me, leaders in our governments or political leaders in any way, but also financial leaders, the CEOs in organizations. Also, since we have a lot to do with humanitarian organizations in Aquarius, because here we are actually very, very public. We like to go out and about. We love to talk to a lot of people. So anything that has got to do with something that is public, but also administration actually within our society. So I feel that leaders in those areas there is something there where there are secrets, or there are secrets, or there are lies being told, something like that. The two last cards from this card deck, we have card number 14 and card number 21, message of concern and family room. And here I feel there is some kind of, yes, concern, worrying about where to feel secure, where to feel safe and sound. We can see in this family room, it's empty, but it's like we're waiting for someone to show up because the fireplace is lit and there is coffee here waiting, or tea. So we are waiting for someone here perhaps, but it's empty. So very much I feel that this is pointing to the third house in the astrology, in the Zodiac. 2 + 1 is also 3, so we have 1, 2, 3. 3 is pointing to our closest surroundings in life and new information coming in or new teachings. But I feel here that there is a deep worrying going on, a deep concern of where to feel safe and sound. Where is our safety zone? And of course here I also feel Cancerian energies pointing to the fourth house of the Zodiac, where we find the moon. Where do we feel at home? Where do we feel safe? Where do we feel that people are taking care of us? Where is that place? So that's something that is really going to be a focus point, a focus on. Okay, we'll put it down here. So where do we feel safe? Where is all these, there are lies turning up here maybe, or something is being withheld. And it's not innocent. It's withheld for a reason, for with a certain intention. But it's like we have a breakthrough here of that we are beginning to see that, we're beginning to understand that, okay? So the next cards coming out, we have first of all this card, food and hunger. And actually a reading I gave in Danish around New Year, entering into 2023, this was exactly the card that I drew. So food and hunger, but I also feel food and hunger on a mental level. On a mental level. Yeah, I'd like to mention actually the stones I'm using here today. Ocean Jasper, and I don't know what you call it in English. Dalmatian Jasper, I think it is. And the Ocean Jasper is perfect for assisting us through deep, severe healing. Okay, these are very strong stones. Please be aware of that if you start carrying them around. But deep general healing with Ocean Jasper, and psychological support through the Dalmatian Jasper here. So assisting us in moving through these transformational times when Pluto is in Aquarius, to help us regain some kind of rebirth within our psychology. Something like that's what I'm getting here. So that's why I picked up these stones for transformational healing as well. So food and hunger could very much point to that we are in need of some kind of information here on a mental level. We are hungering for new information, for doing things differently, for development, for stepping out in different directions now than we have ever done before perhaps. Last time Pluto was in Aquarius is about 250 years ago. That will take us right back to the times of La Lumière, the Enlightenment period, where scientists were actually very bold and trying to come up with new ideas, new visions, but where most of the the collective was denying them because they weren't awakened. They didn't see it. They didn't understand that this was actually maybe for the greater good of humankind. That this was actually what they needed to become happy, to become self-sustainable, in a more joyous way, in a happier way. So food and hunger on a mental level perhaps, but really, I feel that we are really almost dying for getting out there and doing things differently, to become who we truly are and live in that truth. Next two cards out are these two cards. They came out together. Vows and finances. So I feel that we are changing our financial system completely, of course, because Pluto is talking about finances, as I mentioned in the beginning. There's something here how we are looking at finances. What are finances really about? How do we share with one another, instead of maybe, how much in it for me? How do we share our resources with each other? Maybe it's money, maybe it's food, maybe it's our home even, because we're going to see a lot more homeless people. We are going to see much more food and hunger when it comes to nutrition also. So we really need to start caring more for how we are sharing the resources that we have with each other. Making new vows to what finances are really all about. Getting a new understanding of that. Maybe there are some in this environment who vows to finances in a certain way, where they won't tell us their true intentions on how they're spending that. Something like that maybe as well. But for the collective, I feel that we need to make new vows to how we see finances. What is value really? What is the true value of things? And then let's have a look at the Tarot. And here we are starting out with the King of Cups and Nine of Pentacles. So here we're in the water element and the earth element. Again, a reference to Pluto over here, feel very strongly, but also Piscean energies. And of course, through the Pentacles, it is a reference to Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn energies. And I feel that while Pluto now is transiting Aquarius, and next time it's moving into Pisces, which is actually marking the end of the Zodiac, marking the end of a long journey where we become more mature. We start to see things as one. There is a lot of oneness and interconnectedness going on here, and seeing everything is unconditional. Here we are really very much out of our ego. We have left our ego behind. We are out in other dimensions and seeing things upside down, actually. So I feel that there is a reference to actually the importance of what's going on in Aquarius while Pluto is there, before it's moving into Pisces. So throughout this time in Aquarius, we are going to mature as a collective. We're going to begin to see and feel what oneness actually means, what unconditional love actually means. With Nine of Pentacles, it is about our structures. There are some kind of investments here on that will last for a long time. We will begin new projects that will last perhaps 22 years, but where we will come to understand, again, back to the finances here, what is that really all about? What is the true value? Again, also with the Pentacles here, back to nature. How do we share the resources of Mother Earth? So long investments here, investments that will build up as projects over a longer time of a longer period of time. So, but we can always, almost always, we can be assured that when we put in the hard work, like putting the hands in the soil and do the work, we will always receive some kind of significant harvest. And since we have the bird up here, maybe it's a dove or something, but I feel very much it's a reference back to Aquarius that we can see in the background over here. So if we are willing now to put in the hard work and maybe continue the projects we already began when Pluto was in Aquarius, we will move with great ease through Aquarius. We will start to see how we can develop those projects for a greater good, where we have humankind on our minds while we are developing these projects of a very deep materialistic nature. This is about the entire structure of our society. And I feel that if we do that, we will really reach a point when Pluto is, as Pluto is building up through Aquarius, we will become much more mature, and we will become more prepared for the transit that Pluto will make through Pisces. Okay, so there are some great projects that are beginning to take form with much more freedom, perhaps some more revolutionary than others, but definitely it will set us free. But we need to keep doing the work, doing the job. Nothing comes easy. Nothing comes easily to us with the Pentacles. That is very much about the work that is at hand, that becomes very real for us. Okay. The other card coming out from this tarot deck, Six of Wands. So here we are in all the fire element signs. So that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So also remember to check out the fire signs in your chart, but also where you have the water element or the water signs and the earth signs, if you want more information on how this is going to affect you. And definitely, of course, check out where you have Pluto in Aquarius, which life area or life areas where this is concerning you. So with the wands here, we are working with dealing with our energy, our life force energy, and how we are presenting that through our physical actions in the world. Here we are being told that yes, nothing comes easily, but there is nothing really that cannot be conquered. So I feel very much Mars energies here as well, that we can conquer these obstacles that we have to move through. So it's not going to be easy. It's definitely not, and it's going to take a lot of our life force energy and a lot of physical action to get there, to get where we want to be connected, interconnected, to be one, to step out as free individuals, to live in democracy in the best sense of the word, to be able to live authentically, to live as the ones that we truly are, to not be afraid to look beyond, and to move out into cosmos, to admit that we are part of cosmos. So with Six of Wands, it's really calling for physical action and also being creative, because with the Wands it's pointing to our creative abilities as well, our relationships perhaps, how we're showing up there, what kind of life force energy are we feeding ourselves with by the people we are surrounded, through the people that we're surrounded by, through our creative hobbies, but I would say also how we are treating ourselves through nutrition and physical exercise. What do we do to keep this life energy going? And also Aquarius is pointing to our nervous system, and it is really important that we take care of that we make sure that these electrical impulses coming in, igniting our light and interacting with our water in our bodies, which is holding our soul, our intuition, our psychic abilities and our feelings. How is that all playing together? Really important here. And I don't know how you say that in English, but Aquarius is also about the metabolic system, you know, how the current, since we have a lot of electricity here, how we keep the current going within our own, in our own bodies, in our own physical system. Let's pull some more. Let's have a look at some more cards here. This card deck is in particular working with opening up to being more, to work more as a medium, to come more into an understanding of that we are part of cosmos. And so this is pointing to our mental nature, our mental state of mind, and how we're going about our thinking process, how we are seeing and understanding things as well. So it's actually why I brought this card deck into this reading, because I think it's fine in line. It's going very well with air element energies. So here we have divine notches and a beautiful angel wing. And to me, when we are talking about light beings or angels, or talking about celestial beings in general, to me it's about, with the wing here, a reference to the aura field of those beings. So they're using that as a time traveling machine, or a time traveling tool. And so we can do that as well through our aura field. However, we are not quite well there yet when we look at our development. But we have an aura field, and we can time travel through that. I mean, why is it that we wake up in the morning after having some rather heavy dreams, and we can still feel it? We feel what it was like to be at that particular place, or we feel how it was to have had that particular conversation with a certain person. Maybe on the other side, someone who's crossed over, or something, or someone from our more physical 3D life. Why is it that we have the ability to feel what it was like to be there, if it's not because we are using our aura fields as well as a tool to travel out there, to travel out among the stars, to see what's really out there? I mean, what is the sky? The sky is space. So maybe it's time for us to look up sometimes and interact with that energy as well. But here we are receiving a divine notch. And this is talking about synchronicities and so-called coincidences. But they are really just clear signs that Spirit is knocking at our door. And this card is saying also that these blessings and signs of grace are not just mere coincidences, but are evidence that you are and always will be connected to Spirit. So we will definitely get our wing signs. We will be led the right way if we dare also to listen. That's also very much part of Aquarius energies, that we learn to listen. You know, when we're given something out, listen to the answer. What is coming back? Next card out, we have this wonderful card, the Wonder of Colors. Yes. And this card is saying everything is made up of energy, which constantly moves and vibrates. Even colors vibrate to their own unique frequency. Treat the world around you as your own personal art school, as you begin to learn and practice how to bring color awareness into your life and spirit. Colors can be a wonderful tool as you develop and evolve your psychic and mediumship abilities. The 7 primary colors are the same colors as those of the chakra system: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Colors are not only beautiful to look at, but they can help you with your clairvoyance, aura work, and symbolism, as well as feed your creativity and imagination. Furthermore, the colors of a spirit's aura can help you identify aspects of their personality. Exactly. When we are interacting with each other, interaction. Also over here, whom are we vibrating with, and whom are we not vibrating with? Colors are very important. We consist of colors as well. So I feel feel that this is very much pointing to 6 of Wands as well, where we have the fire element going, Mars, Jupiter, and the Sun, of course, moving in here, and pointing to our aura fields, especially through Aries and the first house of the zodiac, pointing to the brain and our eyes. Okay, the last card out from this card deck is this wonderful card. Yes, again, a nudge, a nudge to the aura field, the invisible field. And I don't know what kind of flowers this is. To me, it's I come to think of lavender, but go with whatever it may mean for you. Don't know if you can see it here. So now this card is talking about, or saying, have you ever experienced feeling the presence of a loved one who has passed, or had a thought of them suddenly come into your mind? Even though they're in the spiritual realm, their spirit body has an aura which lovingly reaches out to yours. Every living thing has an aura, whether here in the physical world or on the other side. It's the energy field that surrounds all matter. Whether you're developing psychically or mediumistically, learning about the aura is an important part of the training. Both psychic and mediumistic emanations are received and transmitted through the aura, which in turn can access the specific chakras that are associated with your clairsentience, clairvoyance, or clairaudience. Okay? So it's very much about this electricity, the current of our system as well. Becoming more mature in using that, as well as understanding how that is keeping us together as well, that we are interacting actually through the energies that we are carrying. We are energy as well as everything else, as nature as well. Okay, so let's have a look at a color card to see what color we can tune into when we want to look for healing throughout these next 20 to 22 years. And here we have card number 38. That could be the numbers 11, 2, 3, and 8. So here we have sapphire, blue sapphire, regenerate your body. Exactly. And the blue color also is very much representative of Aquarian energy. So maybe if some of you out there are Aquarians, you might have a lot of love for the blue color here. So maybe look more into that. Also, I'm doing some blue flame energy readings. Maybe you want to tune into them because that is actually where I'm working with the paranormal, where we've had paranormal encounters, or can be anything, but where we are actually looking out and beyond. So regenerating our body seems to be very much important here, and I actually feel that we could become more future lookalikes, future human beings. How is our structure, back to Nine of Pentacles, how is the structure with our bones and muscles and our skin? Seems that could be changing as well. Back to especially Capricorn over here, that is working with that, with our physical structure as well. So I feel that we are regenerating now as human beings the way we look, our structure, where we may come into look more futuristic. I don't know if that's a word, but that's what's coming into mind here. And also 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 is a master number of how we are setting our intentions, where we are putting our focus on a mental level, okay? So really important times here that we can change the world. We can change the world. I mean, if we can't, who should? I mean, we should do that. We can do that. We are capable of doing that. But we need maybe some hard grounded work here. Focus, hard grounded focus. So let's put that up over here. And I also actually think that the blue color, the blue ray, is also about where we find unconditional love as well. It's higher love, it's higher joy, which is also going on in Aquarius. Now the last two cards, we are going to have a look at where this is leading us when we're talking about the destiny of it all. So we are definitely moving through a tunnel here. we are coming into light as a collective, but we need to be present. You can see the tiger here in the background, calling for our presence, immediate presence, be here now. Because when we focus our mental bodies on that, we can move through this tunnel or driveway or chaos maybe, because Pluto can also be about chaos, calling for a lot of fear. But when we are present and we remember to be flexible in how we understand and see things, and where we are not fearing, where we don't have any kind of fear, to move into different directions, to do things quite differently, to stay authentic, when we have no fear of that, that's where we can obtain some kind of flexibility, and that is what's going to keep us alive. Okay, be here now. Beautiful tiger. Let's put it up over here and let's have a look at the last card coming out, because when we do that, there is a way forward. And again, we can see the light with the sun here lighting up a new pathway for us, and we see it's quite a long path. Okay, it just continues indefinitely here. Continuing indefinitely. Okay, out and beyond. There is a way forward here. There is a new pathway for us. We can even see how there are some orbs here of light coming in to assist us from the other side perhaps. But here again a reference back to the light and back to Six of Wands. Using our creativity, our creative abilities in a whole different new way. And maybe also using our life force energy in a completely new way to time travel perhaps. But we are going forward. When we remember to be flexible, okay, then there is a way forward. There is a way out of these dark shadow sides that are now coming up. More truths are being revealed. Oh man, it's going to be fast moving with Aquarius, even though Pluto is representing the water element and the feminine aspect. It will maybe sometimes slow down, but either way it's going to move. Things are going to feel much faster as we felt them in relation to how we felt them in Capricorn when Pluto was moving through Capricorn energies. We're going to feel that things are speeding up. However, sometimes things are also going to slow down. But it's ripping everything apart, but just to make sure that we are never to go back to this again, ever. So this, I feel, is a continuation of what happened in the 50s, roughly 250 years ago, when we had the Enlightenment going on. This is a continuation of that, and this time we really have got to get it right. Okay, because this is, I feel, we are being called out here. Okay, this is the final call. There is food and hunger. There is this financial power, since Pluto is also about power. This power of finance is going on in the world, where we really need to have a closer look at that as well. How do we consider true values in our community, in our world as a collective? Okay, so that was what I had for you with Pluto moving through Aquarius energies. And now I will just do a quick reading for all zodiac signs. Please find please find the timestamps stamps down below. Okay, so I will begin by reading for Aries. I just need to drink a little bit of water. Okay, thank you. So the first card that we have out for Aries, while Pluto is moving through Aquarius, and again, please have a look at where Pluto in Aquarius will be, what life areas will it be in for you, so that you get a more personal picture of that, because that's what these cards will be a reference to. So first of all, we have a major arcana card here. We have the card number 4, the Emperor. And the Emperor, he knows what's right and what's wrong. He is stable, he is strong, and most of all, he has irrevocable judgment on things. Okay, he is sitting here looking at the map, making strategies, but a lot of strength is coming in for you guys in the areas where Pluto will be in Aquarius, in those life areas of yours. Really a lot of strength and also stability, and where you are standing your ground. Okay, you know what to take action on, and you know also what not to take action on. And the headlines for you will be adventure. So you are going to take a lot of physical action when it comes to adventures in your life. And the other card coming out for you is strength. So we can see here how we have strength going twice. It will lead you to a lot of adventure, and you really need to make some strategies of where you wish for this to lead you. Wishful thinking, okay, will become wishful action or acting. There is something wishful about this. You want to go on more magical travels. You want to maybe also be a little bit fixed on this, that you're taking action very deliberately towards adventures, okay? You're standing your ground. You will not have it any other way. It's time for you to take action on that, but definitely more stability and more strength coming into the area where you have Pluto in Aquarius, where there will be a lot more magic through Pluto and adventures through Aquarius. Exactly, you will be knocked over. Okay, so good luck on that, and let's move on to Taurus and see what's up for you guys. And here we have Six of Swords coming in, referring to all the air element, air zodiac signs. So besides Aquarius, it will also be Gemini and Libra. So maybe you want to check out where you have those energies in your chart. But Six of Swords is telling me that there are going to be some kind of waiting, or misunderstandings, or delay of information, something that you're going to be waiting for a long time before finally, through the full moon, everything is coming out of the shadow sides from Pluto, telling you which way the wind is blowing for you now. Okay, you are definitely coming out of that, but you will find that there are some longer period of times where you are waiting for things just to happen, or information, or dialogues with someone, or conversations, or text messages or emails that you're waiting for that, or there could just be plain misunderstandings perhaps. The headlines for you will first of all be beauty. You are a flying beauty here. You are flying through the air energies of Aquarius. Really, you are beauty here, coming out with the way you are seeing things, perhaps the way you are communicating, and perhaps also a lot of humor would help. In the air zodiac signs, we have a lot of humor going on. We want to be social, we want to have fun. So here there could be maybe misunderstandings, but when everything is coming out of the shadow sides, you will see that, oh, that was just a misunderstanding. Okay, I thought that this information was like that, but now it turns out like this. Oh my God, that is so funny. Okay, so you will find that maybe something you're waiting for, but it will be worthwhile that waiting. Definitely it will, because you are coming out here as a flying beauty with a lot of humor, and you have been sort of waiting for that, maybe information that has been holding you back in the past. Now that is being released so that you can come out and be who you are. Okay, so good luck to you guys. And let's have a look at Gemini, what's going on here. Here we have Knight of Wands coming out. So again, remember to check out where you have the fire zodiac signs if you want more information on this in your chart. But the Knight of Wands is telling you to come to rise in your life force energy levels. Okay, you are really rising up here in your energy, in your inner energy, and you are traveling out there. You are coming into maybe adapting to higher degrees of life, of your abilities to take physical action on things, actually, because this could be very physical, that you're traveling out there. Here we also have Jupiter going, especially if you want to go abroad or make longer distance traveling, for example, or something like that. But you're traveling out here in new levels of your life force energy. You want to see what the dragon is keeping for you. The dragon is actually our guard towards our inner fire, towards the inner treasure. You want to come out, maybe leaving for exile, maybe going on your own. We see how this witch or a person in the picture here, this is a witch deck. So this witch has her or his back turned towards everyone else. This person is going his or her own way to look for more inner discoveries, to look for more inner treasures, the inner fire. There is more to this. There is more creative adventures to be had here. And maybe for some of you, you are physically traveling out there, okay? And so the key word for you is creativity. So definitely underlining your creative abilities, maybe a creative hobby, maybe a job where you're more focused on living out your inner creative sparkle here. And we can also see how the red color is quite significant here. And in China, I know it means luck, symbolically, luck and love, definitely love. But it's also pointing to your root chakra. So there is something groundbreaking, something where you are maybe having a breakthrough that is, shaking you up quite a bit, actually, in your roots, maybe back to the family room over here. Okay, so I feel that your creative sparkle will definitely assist you in traveling out there, whether it is through physical traveling or it is just it's not always easy, but leveling up your life force energy. So good luck with all of that, and let's have a look at what's going on for all the Cancerians. Let's have a look here. Sorry, I just need to find the right cards here. And here we have a lot of strength coming in for you, card number 8. In some tarot decks, card number 8 and card number 11, the Justice card, is sort of reversed. But here we have card number 8 talking about strength. And so this is about taming or learning more about self-mastery. Here you're really mastering your inner lion, okay, your inner strength. You are moving alongside with it. You're not letting this lion intimidate you or scare you. You got it under control. And actually we can see how a tornado here back to Aquarius as well. We will perhaps see more tornadoes actually here, but there is a tornado moving on here. So you are really coming into accumulating all your resources here. You are really coming into more courage, self-mastery. You got it under control. You have a lot of strength when Pluto is moving through Aquarius and the life areas where you have Aquarian energies. Okay, the key words for you is understanding. So there's definitely something that you will come to understand here. You will have a lot of strength mentally, okay? And that's not normally maybe something that you are quite acquainted with, because you are all about emotions. You are very sensitive and very protecting emotionally, or protective very emotionally. So sometimes this is about coming up in the air element to have a bigger picture of things and to come to understand your feelings perhaps even better. So a lot of love is also coming in for you. That's the other card coming out for you guys. A lot of love. Oh, I love it. So you are really coming into your own strength here, really self-mastery, courage when it comes to love and understand more about what love is. Maybe diving deeper into your already very well understanding of what feelings are all about and what love is really all about. It's just about going deeper, learning to maybe put some words on it, learning how to understand it more from a cosmic point of view perhaps. But a lot of strength is coming your way definitely, and a lot of love. Okay, so I'm wishing you all the best with that. And oops, I'm sorry about that. You saw a little bit of my mess in this room. Okay, so let's have a look at what's going on with Leo. And Leo, you have got to really have a closer look at your feelings. Wow, you are becoming very mature while Pluto is going through Aquarius here in the life areas that's concerning you. So you are going to mature a lot emotionally. You are really going to wake up to some kind of rough awakening, I feel, towards your own psychic abilities, to how you use your intuition, what feelings are all about, diving deeper into that, seeing the oneness of it all, becoming unconditional. It's all about unconditional love here, really, and also how you give out unconditionally and how you receive unconditionally. You are really going to learn a lot about that, and you're coming very much home to yourself here, because you're going to move through the entire wheel of the cups here, from ace to cut to the king. So you are going to mature a lot. You're going to be the master healer perhaps even here, if you have some kind of wish, working with that, with some kind of therapy that is involving feelings, becoming a clear sentient. But there's definitely something here where you are waking up on a very deep emotional level and going through some deep soul transformation. And the word coming out for you, or the key word for you, the headline for you, is understanding. You will come to understand more about feelings, more about what it means to be one, interconnectedness. What is that really all about? Because normally in Piscean energies, I feel that this picture is very much a reference to that zodiac sign. It's about being outside our ego. It's about leaving our ego. We become so unconditionally loving here. And in your zodiac sign, it's all about the ego. It's about your own needs, or what are my needs? Me sometimes. But here you are stepping out of that. I mean, you're leaving your ego here to really have a closer look at what it means to be one, and unconditional, and what unconditional love is all about. You will come to understand that very much, okay, to zoom out and have the bigger picture on that. So good luck to all of you. And then let's have a look at what's going on in Virgo. So Virgo, you are very much coming out of the Tower here, card number 16, a card from the major arcana. So this is a rather big energy coming in for you. Okay, you are leaving all conventional understanding, all conventional traditions. That is very much about Aquarius, stepping into Aquarian energies here, where we are leaving everything that is conventional. We don't like that. We want to step out as being authentic, being unconventional, doing things differently. And you're stepping out of all of that, traditions, cultures, working patterns, whatever it may have been for you, some kind of routine that you're done with it. You're coming out of your Tower. Also a rather fast moving energy. And we also have the Tower depicted here in the Aquarius card over here. So I feel very much that the wind is blowing up for you. The wind is turning. A tornado could very much hit your life here, where you have Pluto in Aquarius. But a very fast moving energy, but you're done with traditions, routines, patterns. You've had enough. You've been in your Tower. You have been in exile for quite some time. Perhaps is particularly when Pluto went through Capricorn energies, you felt very much locked into your tower, and now you're ready to leave those traditions and patterns behind. The overall words for you are openness and abundance. Look at that. And even the colors here match. Perfect. So it's really about for you now to leave the old, be open. You are in transition here for the next 20 years, leaving the old behind over here, coming into the new over here. And while that transition is taking place, you are just completely wide open. Okay, it's really very important for you to just be open to what could happen now. And you are receiving a lot of abundance, a lot of harvest is going on in your life for the next 20 years. And you will find answers on the life areas that this is concerning. Pluto and Aquarius, really have a closer look at the life areas where this energy is going to show up for you. That will show you a more specific picture of maybe also how to deal with this energy, okay? But where there's definitely abundance coming in for you now, and you've been waiting for that, I feel, for a long time, perhaps even for 16 years. Pluto moved through Capricorn actually in 16 years approximately. So that could be something here that you've been waiting for to happen while moving through Capricorn energies with Pluto, and right now it's just about freedom and revolution and stepping out authentically as the one that you are and reaching abundance. It's harvest time for all the hard waiting that you've been doing. Okay, so the best of luck to all of you. And let's move on to Libra and see what's going on there. And here we have card number 13 coming out. Actually a reference back to Pluto and also Uranus in the astrology. But in the Tarot, this card is talking about deep transformation and or sudden change. Definitely it is the beginning of the end. Something is coming to an end here. A door is closing, a new door is opening. You are cutting the cords, I think you call it in English. You are cutting all the old crap out so that you can move into new energies here, okay? And an underlining of Pluto and Uranus as well. So I feel that for you guys, there is really a lot of stuff going on in those life areas of yours where Pluto will be in Aquarius for you in particular, okay? So a lot of stuff is going on here, a lot of transformation, a lot of shifts, but where you are cutting out the old, again, Pluto energies, you're leaving something behind, you're looking to the open doors. You don't sit quietly and just look, you don't sit quietly just looking at the closed doors. No, you are seeking quite intentionally the open doors. Where are there new possibilities for you coming in, okay? And we have a heart that is coming out for you. A lot of love, since you're also ruled by Venus. And then we have the word faith. I'll just move this back a little bit because we have several cards for you guys. Faith coming in. So no matter what, again, two parties here. You are also Libra, right? So we have the scale here, okay? And just have a lot of faith as you are cutting something old out and moving through new doors, through seeking new opportunities. Have faith in your heart that this will work out, that there are someone there to let you know it's okay, to embrace you, okay? Because this is deep transformation and sudden shifts. I feel all in one big chaos sometimes for you, but it will lead you, remember that, it will lead you to a whole new life if you dare to make this this jump of faith, okay? And then we have integrity, yes. We have integrity and we have clarity. I'll just move it a little bit more so that you can see it. So when you have faith in these endings and new beginnings, when you dare to jump out in these transformational times of yours, you will definitely reach more integrity. You will stand out as the one you truly are, more authentic, more as an individual who is looking for your specific group of like-minded people. We can also see how there is a star here on the heart chakra. Again, you will be spot on. This is like the star sending you a lot of energy. It's like for you, you're coming home somehow. I feel that. And this will lead you into more clarity as also how to move these Pluto in Aquarius energies with you when we are reaching Pisces, since we have some water. It will bring you more clarity now on a mental level on your feelings on all of this, and it will definitely prepare you for the time that Pluto will have in Pisces. Okay, so a really futuristic reading for you guys here, because we are working with 20 or 22 years. Okay, so there is a lot of transformation for the next 20 years approximately going on for you guys, but really take some quantum leaps of faith, because that's how you will reach your authentic self. Okay, and it will bring you perhaps also more clarity on the life areas where you have Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, so I'm wishing you guys all the very best. And let's have a look at what's going on for Scorpions. Okay, we have King of Pentacles out here for you guys. So you are really going to be your own boss here in your materialistic life. Job, accommodation situation, your finances. You are the king, you are the ruler, you are the top of the pop, you are king of the world. You are becoming the boss of your own life, or perhaps you will have a position at your workplace as a CEO or some kind of leader. But you will definitely enjoy a lot of abundance as well. You will come in to decide how you want to live your life materialistically, what kind of food you want to eat, where do you want to live, actually also on Earth, where do you see yourself in the world quite tangibly, the structure of your entire life, also regarding your practical daily routines. Okay, and the headlines for you is transformation and power. Okay, so you're really going to step into your own power, and also you are ruled by Pluto, and we have Pluto twice represented here. So we have Pluto going here 3 times. Okay, so you are really going to be the boss. You're going to be the CEO. It's almost where you are reclaiming your own power. You're taking your power back to yourself, and there is a great transformation in your materialistic life here, where you're moving from the shadow sides more into being in the light. So there is a focus point, there is light on your materialistic life here, and how you want to go about that, where you are really stepping into your power. I feel a lot of abundance for you guys. But as always, when it comes through Pluto energies, it's about will you or will you not. And it's about taking your power back to yourself instead of giving it out to others. You're really claiming your own materialistic life here. You want to decide for your own. So it's also telling me that perhaps for some of you out there, you have not been able to do this. Perhaps also while Pluto has been moving through Capricorn, since we have through the Pentacles card here, a reference to Capricorn and the other 2 signs as well, of course, Taurus and Virgo. So a lot of transformation here for you, where you're stepping into your own power and you're saying, no, I will not live like that anymore. You are moving into the light. You are getting to maybe Pluto will allow you to see the shadow sides on what it means not to have enough. And now you are, through those experiences, you are changing your ways. Okay, so I feel that this is actually a mix of Capricorn and Aquarius energies. Okay, so the best of luck to all of you out there. And let's move on to Sagittarius and see what's coming out for you guys. And here we have card number 10, a card from the major arcana. So the major energy for you, the bigger energy for you, is the Wheel of Fortune. Saturn energies, perhaps coming in here to break your karma. Saturn is pointing to how we are dealing with those incarnation patterns I mentioned in the reading on Pluto and Aquarius. How do we respond to them? That's where we need to take responsibility through Saturn and try to change that. So when we've seen incarnation patterns again and again and again, and we notice it, we are becoming aware of it through Aquarius energies, we also know how to deal with them differently. Okay, so this is calling for different action here. So the wheel is turning. Okay, things are coming your way. And next card out is also a card from the major arcana. And here we have card number 5, the Hierophant in reverse, talking about that you should not be listening to anyone else but yourself. Go inwards, listen to your own inspirational voice, divine voice even I feel here, okay? Listen to that. Turn your back on everyone else in your life who always have an opinion about this and that, and why you're not doing this and why you're doing that this way, or what if you did that way, did things in this way or in that way. You know, people who just have an opinion about you and your actions. Close the door to that and go inwards, okay? Become your own best guru here, because when you do that, there's a lot of recognition waiting for you. Okay, a lot of recognition, inner recognition of yourself, recognition of how you feel, okay? And you're coming to peace with yourself. This is a picnic. This is where we can just be who we are. We can be our authentic self here. And so when you go inwards here and listen to your own emotional, your inner emotional voice, it will lead you to peace, to coming to peace with yourself, recognition of what you feel, your own feelings, okay? And eventually it will also bring you into a community or friendships where it is allowed to listen to your feelings, where your feelings are being accepted, okay? A lot of acceptance here. And your keywords are, first of all, delight. Yes, a lot of delight going on here. You have your angels, you have your angel backing group with you here. Maybe the number 4 is important to some of you out there, but they are dancing here in delight, okay? You will feel like, oh my God, it feels so good to be here. And it's destiny. It's destiny calling for you. This is karmic. Okay, so try to figure out what it is, what kind of incarnation patterns Pluto is showing you, and how you can deal with that in a more responsible way than you have done so far. Okay, the other words coming out for you is love. So a lot of love is coming in for you. Okay, we'll put it down here. A lot of love and delight is coming in when you just listen to your inner voice, because you need to change. I get for some of you that you've been used to listening to a lot of people and their opinions and receiving inspiration from them, which has not really been an authentic inspiration after all. So now you need to change that kind of action, change that kind of behavior, and go inwards, because that's where you will feel that you're coming home to yourself, and a lot of delight and love is waiting for you. Okay, so the best of luck to all of you. And let's see what's going on for Capricorn people. Here we have, first of all, card number 13, a reference to both Pluto and Uranus in the astrology, since here in the tarot it's talking about both deep transformation and sudden change that we meet through Uranus and Aquarius energies, and transformation on a deep level through Pluto It can also mean the beginning of the end. Okay, so something is beginning to end here. A door is closing for you, but another one is opening. It's about cutting the cards here to look for new ways, because when you do that, you will find a whole new beginning of happiness. Okay, a new beginning of happiness, a new beginning of how to deal with your intuition, your psychic abilities, your past, perhaps even. Here we have an underlining of, we have a double Pluto here. So very much deep transformation going on for you guys when it comes to whole new beginnings of being happy, seeking happiness, seeking new groups where you can be accepted for the one that you are. With the number 1 here, I feel that you're standing out as your own authentic self here, becoming number 1 in your own emotional life, that you are beginning to consider what happiness is for you. So a whole new beginning for you when you are just cutting out relationships or anything else that makes you feel disregarded. When you cut all of that out, you will enter into new beginnings, okay? Rebirth, right? The phoenix rising. And the key word for you will be freedom. Yes, you're coming into freedom, you're stepping into freedom. Again, we have the water here, and we have the sun here to come out and warm you, and a new beginning in diving deeper into your own emotions here, but complete, utter emotional freedom here for you guys. Okay, new beginnings are awaiting you, and also Aquarius will help you, of course, with feeling free, stepping out as being your true self, being authentic in the groups that you're seeking now, in the relationships and friendships that you're seeking now. Okay, so best of luck to you out there, and let's have a look at what's going on for all Aquarians out there, okay? Because Pluto is in your home sign for the next 20 years. Oh my God, let's have a look at what's going on here. First of all, we have King of Wands, and then we have Ace of Pentacles. So we have a lot of, I feel, physical movement here, where you're taking responsibility to be at the right place at the right time, to take action on things, okay? The King has a lot of wisdom. He has a lot of life experience. He has been moving out and about. He knows things, okay? His actions are built on wisdom. He knows where to take the next step, or how or where to make the next move, and that will lead you guys into new beginnings here on Earth, okay? Ace of Pentacles is showing you abundance, but it's showing you new beginnings of abundance. Where will you be moving in the world? What kind of job will you take on? How do you plan how do you come about your practical daily routines, for example? Whole new beginnings in abundance here, okay? Wishful thinking as well. This witch is holding up the pentacle, and we have the earth over here like a pentacle. It's like she's reaching up for that, a new earth, a new beginning for Earth, a new beginning for you guys. Whenever it comes, when it comes to how you're making money, how you regard your finances. Again, back to this card, I feel very much an underlining of. How do you regard true values? What is money really for you? What are practical daily routines really for you? What do that mean? Or what does that mean for you? So take action on new beginnings where you will come into abundance. And I feel very much Taurus energies over here as well. A whole new beginning for you when you just dare to take some action on this. There are new jobs waiting for you. There's a new home waiting for you. It is wishful thinking for you guys. And we have a heart out for you. So it's like tuning in to, I feel, a higher love, higher joy, the cosmic heart, cosmic joy, cosmic love for you. And we have 3 cards coming out here for you as well. We have communication, communication from your heart, with your heart, through your heart, to reach the hearts of others, and maybe the cosmic heart, which means the heart of others who've crossed over, or others who may be out there as light beings. We have flexibility coming in here. So this means that when you're coming into more cosmic communication here, you will have to be flexible. This is really important. Also, a reference back to our structures, physical structures, as I mentioned in my general reading. It is very important that this communication is being brought into the, you can see the current of your system, okay? So it's very important that when you feel something ignited, perhaps through your heart chakra, your feelings, your emotions, you're coming into communication with your spirit guides. It's very important for you to do some kind of yoga or doing some kind of gymnastic or sports or whatever it is you do to keep that energy running through your entire structure, okay? And then we have patience showing up here. Patience, something is being knitted, I think we call it in English, knitted together. Things are coming together, things are falling into place, but you need to be patient. And that's always, of course, a little bit difficult when we want things just to happen now. But you are definitely coming more into cosmic communication here, where you need to be more flexible with how you get that out through your body, so that it's not going to become stagnated, so that you become over emotional. And therefore it is also important that you take action on this in your life force energy, whatever you feel it is igniting within you, to make your life become more abundant, okay? So the best of luck to you guys. And finally we have Pisces. Let's see what's going on for you guys for the next approximately 20 years. Let's see what's coming out for you guys here. First of all, we have Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is coming out for you guys. And Pentacles are reference back to your materialistic life, perhaps your physical structure, your bones and your muscles, your practical daily routines, your finances, your work life, your accommodation situation. Again, we pulled Nine of Pentacles over here. So I feel that there are some long-term projects that you are igniting now, that you can make some kind of harvest of them later on. But there are some long-term projects beginning here for you. It is time to make some kind of investment in your materialistic life somehow. Let's have a look at the main or the key words that are coming out for you. A lot of release here. Okay, so a lot of projects are now seeing the day of light. Long-term, please remember that, long-term investments now that will pay off later, okay, that will assure your self-sustainability, okay, but it's in the longer run. We have education here. There might be something here that you want either something that you are teaching other people, or other people are teaching you about. Maybe you're going back to school or something, back to university, to learn more about this. But there are some kind of projects where you are either teaching other people in how to make them become real, or maybe it's you who wants to become more educated on some of these projects where you need some kind of assistance for that. That will definitely lead you to new adventures. Okay, new adventures coming in for you with these rather materialistic projects of yours, or materialistic investments, and it will bring definitely more harmony into your life. Okay, so there can be some kind of harvest throughout the next 20 years as well. I feel that whatever you're putting into being, what you're putting out there to become very, very real, it's definitely going to bring you into more harmony. Maybe small successes, small smaller adventures in the bigger adventure for the next 20 years, where you will do a lot of hard work, and then you will also see that you can there's coming some kind of harvest out of all of that. So maybe for 2 or 3 years within the next 20 years, you will see some kind of adventures, smaller adventures in the bigger adventure. Okay, so a lot of harmony coming in for you guys. And I'll also like to mention that your sister sign is actually Virgo, pointing to the earth element. So maybe you want to have a look into where you have Virgo energies in your chart, to find out how you can make things here become very, very, very real. What kind of investments this is actually talking about in your materialistic lives. Okay, but definitely more harmony coming in when you sit down and you learn whatever it is that you need to learn, or educate others in what it is that you feel you know something about when it comes to this area. Okay, so the best of luck to all of you out there who are born in the zodiac sign of Pisces. And so this was what I had for you in this Astro Tarot reading on Pluto moving through Aquarius throughout 2023 till 2044. I hope that you've been inspired to dive deeper into these energies. If you have any comments, please put them in the comment section down below. Thank you very much. And I hope that you, as I mentioned before, will dive deeper into this. If you feel that some of this resonates with you very much on a personal level, please dive more into that. There is always more answers when we ask more questions. You will always find the answers. Okay, so the more we ask questions, the more answers we will find. That is at least my personal experience with all of this. Okay, so thank you so much for watching out there. Take great care of yourselves out there, and bye for now.